Hi guys, you're here with another episode of Truth with your boy Mario here, aka the Vigilant Christian. Today's episode is going to be called The New Age Infiltration of the Truth Movement. So this video isn't for everybody. It's specifically designed for those in the Truth Movement. So individuals who are researching 9/11 truths, Bohemian Grove, and you'll know who you are if you're involved in the Truth Movement. So today's video is titled "The New Age Infiltration of the Truth Movement." So there's a lot of people in the Truth Movement who haven't become aware of one of the tactics of the organizations that we would claim to be our enemy and the ones who are establishing the New World Order. So I want to shed some light on this. I've been in the Truth Movement myself since the very early stages, ever since the very beginning, even with Michael Moore exposing what happened at 9/11 and what was going on in the government. So first of all, I'm going to elaborate a little bit here on my experience in the New Age, and my goal in this is because a lot of you people who are taking on these new belief systems don't even know that they're New Age, and you don't seem to realize exactly where they're coming from. So I'm going to elaborate what is a New Age belief system, because I was heavily deep into it, and you need to know that you're being indoctrinated with a New Age belief system, because a lot of you I speak to and I go, hey, you seem to have a New Age philosophy about life, and you get all defensive and you're like, no, I don't, and you don't realize that it's part of the programming that's essentially in the Truth Movement that they're indoctrinating you with. Okay, so I'm going to go through a brief summary. Like I said, I started getting involved with the 9/11 stuff, and without even realizing it, in a slow, gradual process, I was indoctrinated into the New Age belief system. Okay, so some of the things that you New Agers and those who don't think are New Agers are researching, this makes you a New Ager if you believe this stuff. Okay, so stuff on 2012, in the age of Aquarius, that in 2012 there's going to be some type of massive enlightenment, and humanity is going to reach a transformation, and that we're going to transcend our lower levels of consciousness into a higher state of consciousness. So this belief is a New Age teaching. Also, I was heavily involved in meditation, yoga, and Eastern religions. It's all part of the New Age stuff. So a lot of people who started watching the Truth Movement and were encouraged and felt the need to start meditating, start practicing yoga. This is programmed, and this is what they want to. This is what they want you doing. So I myself got involved deeply into yoga. I got the word tattooed on my hand here. I was heavily into yoga, and not just the physical aspect of yoga, but the spiritual, where we become conscious of the inner God within ourselves, and we work through different postures and exercises, spiritual exercises and meditations, to take our level of consciousness to a higher state of consciousness, and because yoga, the word means yoke, so to become one with the higher field of consciousness, as they call it. Okay. Also, I was deeply involved into ancient civilizations. Okay, the Sumerians, the Hopis, also the Mayan calendar was very big. So all these ancient civilizations that we look upon, and we take their knowledge. That's a New Age. That's part of the New Age philosophy. Consciousness expanding, anything that involves with consciousness and altering your state of consciousness and trying to reach higher states of consciousness. This is a New Age belief. Eastern mysticism. Mysticism is, I used to consider myself a mystic, so being at one with the universe and the cosmos and all there is, and being in unity with the interconnectedness of all being. This is Eastern mysticism. It's a New Age teaching. If you're involved with crystals, I used to have a ton of crystals, and certain crystals do different effects, and you would meditate on the crystals and bring those into your energetic field and take those vibrations. All that stuff's New Age, okay? I just want to clarify, because you guys don't even seem to know what you're involved in. Sun, moon, star worship. So we start worshiping the creation because of this supposed interconnectedness with the cosmos. We start looking at the sun and becoming sun worshipers, star worshipers. I was heavily involved into astrology, so the meaning of spatial patterns in the sky, and how that relates as above, so below. So you start to see the deeper philosophical meaning of it in astrology, and how that pertains to your inner personality, and that's New Age belief. Tantra, so actually using sex to bring both male and female together to reach higher states of consciousness, and that philosophy, it's all part of the New Age. Also, quantum physics was a huge part of it. If you guys aren't familiar with the belief that we know, it's really propagating this belief system. They're saying that the sciences is now merging with spirituality, and they're coming together, and that science is proving the spiritual aspects of life, and they've come together in new scientific findings. That's New Age. Sacred geometry. If you're not familiar with that, it has a lot to do with the chakra energy system, which is a yogic belief system that I was heavily involved with your root chakra, which is red, which is connected to your physical, your property, then your orange, your solar plexus, yellow, and then your heart, and so on. And this is a belief system that you can activate these certain energy centers and get them in balance. I mean, I know all this stuff. So, I mean, the reason I'm going through all this is to help you realize that you probably don't know as much as you think you do about what you think you know. Okay, and in fact, I probably know a heck of a lot more, and as we progress in this video, we're going to see why it's important that I'm explaining this to you. Okay, I was even involved in tarot cards, okay, numerology, I said, UFOs. I was even a channeler, okay, so I would get myself into a certain state of consciousness by meditation and chants. I actually had a being who I thought was an angel. He presented himself as Archangel Michael to me, and he convinced me that humanity was on the verge of a great cosmic transformation, and I was to help humanity in this ascension process and teach humanity the truths, the hidden truths that have been hidden from us, okay? And I'll tell you now, that was a devil. Okay, it wasn't an angel, because the Bible says that they can appear as angels of light. Okay, so I want to make this very clear. I channeled this being. I would get myself into a heightened state of consciousness where he would inhabit me. I would even auto-write. I would communicate him through telepathy and all sorts of things. Okay, so these are real experiences that I've had, so I know what I'm talking about. Another thing that if you're involved in this, you're going to find a lot on ancient Atlantis. Okay, so the belief that ancient civilizations were more advanced technologically and spiritually, and they had better balance in terms of their spirit and their technology, and all these beliefs. It talks about the different origins of man, and I mean, you really go down the rabbit hole with this kind of stuff, but it's out there, and you need to be aware. This is all New Age. Okay, so any of this stuff, if you're involved in this, you're a New Ager. Okay, and you need to realize that you've been indoctrinated into a New Age belief system. Okay, just like I was. And you'll see later on part 2 of this video why that is so not a good thing to be involved in. Okay, law of attraction is also part of this. Okay, the secret that thought vibrations can go out into the universe, and that everything is energy, and like attracts like. So that if I have certain vibrational thoughts, they're going to go out and emit in the universe, and then those realities will come into my life, and that I am a God, that I create my realities through my thought process and my energy system. Okay, so I know more than you did. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. And by the way, this is all lies, but let's just keep on going. Another huge teaching in the New Age movement is that Jesus was just an ascended master. This was my belief for the entire 5 to 6 years that I was involved in the movement. I believed that Jesus was just another ascended master, that he had reached a state of consciousness and enlightenment that a lot of people don't get to, and that humanity is needing to have the right interpretation of the Bible, which is to see Jesus as an ascended teacher, just like Buddha and everything, and that we are all like him, and that he came to show us the way to become like God, and that we are all gods. Okay, by the way, that's a New Age Freemason teaching. Okay, and also the belief that we are all gods. Okay, so if you're sitting there and your religious views says that we are our own God, and religion is here to divide us, you're a New Ager, and you need to come to this realization, and that's okay for now, because it took a long time for me to realize the falseness of all these teachings, but the first part of this video is to make you absolutely clear who the New Agers are. So all the stuff that I just said, if you're involved in this, it's New Age teaching. So now we're going to move on to part 2, where I'm going to go into looking at some codes and why this is a dangerous thing to be caught into, and why they indoctrinated you into this belief system when you started watching the Truth Movement. Stay tuned.